Hey, good evening, friends. This is Steve with Real Progressives, and this is going to be a really short stream. I am just reeling after reading an article in Medium from Democracy Spring, where they basically came out and said that they are part of their grand plan is to make sure that Hillary Clinton is elected. And I looked at this and I'm thinking to myself, isn't this Democracy Spring the one that supposedly led these marches and led all this, quote unquote revolutionary activity? They did the marches and Cenk got arrested and you had the Statue of Liberty lady get arrested and all this stuff. Now look, in their article, they straight up said they're supporting the shill. The murderous shill. And then they tried to spin it all the typical ways that the establishment has sold us. I mean, like literally, they left no garbage line unturned. I'm beginning to wonder whether revolution is just a frigging copyright waiting to be co-opted by the establishment to suck people back into the establishment, since the establishment couldn't repackage itself, couldn't rebrand itself, couldn't sell itself as actually caring about the middle class or the poor. So they decided to come up with a catchy slogan, a catchy branding, a couple token fake arrests, a couple nonsensical, hey, fist in the air, guys. And yet there they are. There's no revolution required to vote with the establishment. There's no revolution required to follow what the MSM is saying to do. There's nothing revolutionary about doing what the sheepdogging has told you to do. If we wanted to do that, we could have done that a long time ago, right? If that was what we thought was the right thing to do for our country or our lives or our family, you didn't need to get arrested for it, gang. You didn't need to go out there and put on a show. You didn't need to pretend like you were revolutionary. Hillary has been just as god-awful as she is today forever. Nothing's changed. Not one thing has changed. So what is it with these fake revolutionary organizations? These organizations that use things that make you think that somehow or another they're hearkening back to Abby Hoffman and the revolution and they're ready to friggin' take to the streets. But yet then they just do what is easy to do. They could have sat at their home eating bonbons, watching Oprah, and never even bothered to pretend they were revolutionary. But instead, they go out there and fake it, and then all of a sudden they get people wrapped up in these fake revolutions, and then they say, oh, by the way, hey, come help us support Hillary now. Gotta get Hillary in there. I'm done being lied to, folks. I don't know about you all, but I have about had it up to my gills with these fake organizations that fake us into thinking they're fighting for us, only to sheepdog us back into the fold. I'm done. Are you done? Is that your kind of fake revolution that you're going to go for? Democracy Spring. I really had a lot of hope for them. I'm not even joking. I thought out of all these little things that they were going to be the one that would be the right thing to do. They were going to be the one that didn't cave in. But no, they sat there. We gave it a lot of thought. We did. We're a very diverse group, and we gave it a lot of thought, and we decided that we're going to go ahead and vote for Hillary, make sure everybody gets behind Hillary. I don't do this every day so that I can go ahead and just do what I could have done. I could have kept all those hours of my life sitting there with my children, hanging out with them, bouncing on my knee. I could have kept all my hours of life and and spent time with my family. I could have done things with my family if that was what I wanted to do, was just fall in line and frickin' support that pile of garbage. I could have done that a long time ago, and I wouldn't have had to have gone to Philadelphia to help cover the frickin' stuff in DC, around the DNC. We could have all skipped this nonsense. We could have stopped fighting altogether, and we could have just gone along to get along a long time ago. What makes a revolution a revolution? Do you think people just go through there and everything's hunky-dory? That there are no casualties? That there is no repercussions for going against the system? There are going to be casualties. There's going to be some damage. You got to take a step back sometimes to take 2 steps forward. But these groups are all taking the easy way out. And they're sitting there trying to fake like they're revolutionary. And I feel like it is the biggest lie of them all. Don't sit there and play with us. Make us think that you're part of the team. And then try and sheepdog us back to Hillary. That is not only disrespectful. That's a freaking lie, man. That's gaslighting. That is abuse. That's freaking abuse. I'm disgusted with Democracy Spring right now. I won't support them a minute more. If they ever go out there and do another fake protest, I'll be there protesting them as frauds. How in the world are you going to tell me you're doing a revolution when we could have always... we've known since, 2008 that Hillary was going to be the nominee this year? How long has it been since we've known that the Democratic Party was going to rig this fucker and get a sheepdog back in there? How long? Tell the truth. You've known since Obama was done. You knew when they went off in that ride that night, when Hillary and Obama rode off into the sunset and let the press go off with that guy Gibb up on Air Force One, where they weren't at. You've known all the way back then that this thing was going to be rigged. So why in the world fake a fake revolution? Why in the world create these stage sit-ins for guns and all these fake revolutionary organizations? Were you trying to make some money? Look, I don't have a problem with people making money doing this if they need to. I want people well-funded so they can fight the revolution. People need to be able to compensate and take care of their family if they're willing to devote themselves to this revolution. But don't frickin' sheepdog us back to the establishment. Don't frickin' bring people in thinking they're fighting for something meaningful, only to rope them back into supporting that, which could have been supported without any revolutionary anything. You got everybody excited. You got everybody thinking that you meant what you were saying. And that way you got a couple more people out of their seats to think, hey, we got something going on here. But in reality, you never meant it. It was all just a game for you. These words, revolution, are just something you say. They're not something you're living. They're not something you're really living. There's no way you could have come up with the idea that it would be wise to support Hillary Clinton for any reason. It's disgusting to me, folks. I'm so angry right now about this whole Democracy Spring sellout. I can't even put words to it. I'm serious. I swear to God. Folks, I will close this frickin' page down. I will close everything about us off. There will never be another video as long as I live. If we start supporting Hillary, I swear to God, I'll end it. There'll be no more tomorrow with this thing. I'm done. Real progressives will go bye-bye if anybody even suggests we fall in line for Hillary. That's no joke. I won't do it. It's not why I spend all these hours doing this. I'm here to create a situation of awareness so that people know that there is more than one option. They don't have to just fall in line to go along. That they can actually vote their conscience and support the right things. If you're against war, you should not have to vote for a warmonger, for Christ's sake. I mean, This is not rocket science, but yet these people think they go ahead here. Look, everybody, here's the photo op. Here's my my handcuffs. Aren't I so noble and fighting for the cause? Look, photo op. And then they go ahead, they do the thing, get the thumbprints done. They go back to work. Yeah, man, got arrested at the rally. Whoop, whoop. And all along, they planned on voting for Hillary from Jump Street. Nothing revolutionary about that at all, folks. Not a goddamn thing. Not a goddamn thing. Anyway, this is Steve with Real Progressives. I'm hoping to goodness you guys ride along with me, because I'm willing to go through the wilderness. I'm willing to go through the wilderness. I'm willing to be the Lone Ranger if I have to be, because I am just not willing to friggin' ever try and sell you on the bullshit that somehow or another it's acceptable to support Hillary Clinton, because it isn't. Thank you all. Have a great night.